Katie, we are one shy of having a full roster. We do have quorum.
Thank you, Mark. As soon as we hit 3 p.m., we can go ahead and begin, I think.
Thank you.
Good afternoon, everyone. I'm now seeing 3 o'clock on my computer. Welcome to the May 26, 2021 meeting of the Urban Design Commission. This meeting is being held by video conference. My name is Lee Peoples. I'm the chair of the commission. No physical location will be provided for this meeting. We will instead live stream it from remote locations. We want to request that everyone joining us today, except for commission members, please keep your microphones or phones muted until you are called on to speak. Official action can only be taken on items that appear on the agenda. The commission may adopt, approve, deny, defer, recommend, amend, strike, or continue any agenda item. When more information is needed to act on an item, the commission may refer the matter to planning department staff. As instructed in the agenda, those who called or emailed us in advance to let us know your name, contact number, and agenda item you wish to speak about will be recognized first. Before the UDC votes on each item, I will ask if any members of the public wish to speak. When your name is called, you will need to unmute yourself by pressing *6 on your phone or pressing the unmute icon on your computer. You will be given 3 minutes to speak. When I ask if anyone from the public wants to speak on an item and you did not provide your information in advance, please raise your hand by pressing *9 on your phone or select the raise hand icon on your computer. When your name is called, you will need to unmute yourself by pressing *6 on your phone or pressing unmute on the computer. You will then have 3 minutes to speak. For anyone speaking today, including commission members, please identify yourself when you begin to speak. Citizens may address the commission on agenda items by responding to the chair's call for speakers during discussion on each item. All comments must be relevant to the item. The chair or presiding officer may, in his or her discretion, prohibit a person from addressing the commission and/or remove that person from the video conference if that person commits any disorderly or disruptive behavior, which includes, without limitation, speaking without being recognized by the chair or presiding officer, continuing to speak after notice that the speaker's time has expired, presenting comments or material not relevant to the item under discussion, failing to comply with lawful instructions of the chair or presiding officer, engaging in other conduct, activity, or speech that delays, disrupts, or interferes with the effective or timely conduct of the meeting. Citizens cannot submit documents via video conference meetings. If we lose our connection, the meeting will be stopped and we will reconvene once the connection is restored. If communications are unable to be restored within 30 minutes, items remaining will be continued to the next regularly scheduled UDC meeting on Wednesday, June 23rd, 2021 at 3 p.m. That meeting is scheduled to be in person at City Council chambers at City Hall. The agenda and documents are located on PrimeGov. I would ask the clerk to please call the roll.
Thank you, Mr. Chair. Commissioner Peoples.
Here.
Commissioner Udi.
Present.
Commissioner Blatt.
Here.
Commissioner Sharnico.
Present.
Commissioner Guillory.
Here.
Commissioner Holmes.
Here.
Commissioner Miller. Commissioner Miller. Commissioner Wynn.
Here.
Commissioner Varnum.
Here.
Mr. Chair, that completes the roll call vote. You have quorum.
Thank you. The first item on the agenda is approval of the minutes from the April 28th, 2021 meeting. Are there any corrections or a motion to approve those minutes?
I'll move. This is Tony Blatt. I'll move to approve the minutes.
We have a motion by Blatt to approve. We have a second by Holmes. All those in favor, please cast your votes. Those minutes are approved. We have no cases withdrawn. We have no continuance requests. We have one item on the consent docket. Anyone can request individual consideration of this item. It's UDCA 21-14. Would anyone like to request consideration, individual consideration of this? If not, I would entertain a motion. We have a motion by Uday and a second by Guillory. And please go ahead and cast your votes on approval of the consent docket. That item is approved. We have no cases for consideration today. We do have, under other business, a SPUD to consider. It's SPUD 1319 at 2412 North Ollie. And I would ask the staff to give us an overview of this item.
Thank you, Mr. Chair. This is Michael Filbert, Associate Planner with the Current Planning and Urban Design Division of the Planning Department. This is a SPUD that is proposed for the lot at 2412 North Ollie, which is at the southeast corner of North Ollie Avenue and Northwest 24th Street. The building is currently, the site is currently occupied by a building that was constructed in 1949 as a OG&E substation. It's been used for other things since OG&E abandoned the site a number of years ago. Most recently, it was a yoga studio under the previous SPUD 788. This SPUD is being proposed before you today for the purpose of adding another use to the allowed uses on this site that are not presently allowed under the uses that are listed as permitted in the current SPUD. The use being added is basically an event center that this facility could be used for weddings, graduations, other kinds of gatherings. And typically, planning staff or urban design does not get too wrapped up about land use issues in the district because the urban design overlay does not have a set of prescribed land uses. It's based on the uses that are allowed on the site are based on the underlying zoning for the site, which currently right now, as I mentioned earlier, is the SPUD 788. This would be a new SPUD that would allow this new use. We are, through this SPUD, retaining review authority for any exterior modifications that happen on the site. And so we are recommending approval to the commission for this particular SPUD. And the action that the commission would take would be a recommendation of approval to the Planning Commission. That completes our presentation. Prepared to respond to any questions that the commission may have.
Thank you, Michael. Any questions for staff on this? Okay, I do see that the applicant's attorney is with us. If you'd like to speak, go ahead and give your name and address.
Sure, David Box, 522 Colcord Drive. Here on behalf of the applicant, happy to answer any questions. As the staff indicated, what we're asking the commission for is a recommendation. This will go to Planning Commission tomorrow. Notably, we did retain any design overview with this commission. It's simply the current SPUD only allows a yoga studio. My client has in the process of purchasing the building and don't intend to do a yoga studio. So when you have a site that is limited to a single use like that, it's obviously problematic for subsequent buyers. So what we're hoping to do is to allow a few more uses on the site, all of the uses we believe to be appropriate. The other side of the planning department likewise does recommend approval of the SPUD to Planning Commission based upon the compatibility of the uses that we have included within the SPUD. So with that, we are asking you for a vote on a recommendation to Planning Commission, and I'd be happy to answer any questions.
Any questions for the applicant's attorney? Are there any members of the public or others on the Zoom meeting that would like to speak about this? Commissioners, any discussion? Not hearing anything, would certainly entertain a motion. There is a sample motion in the staff report, and it would be, we do have a motion now and a second. Motion by Uday, second by Varnum. So please cast your votes.
I take it that motion was for approval?
It is. It's a motion for approval. Thank you. And that has passed. That it's recommended to the Planning Commission. Moving on down the agenda, we have some communications, a number of administrative approvals. Would anybody like discussion of any of these items? Not hearing anything, we'll move on to comments from committee members. No comments from committee members. Any comments from Planning Department staff?
No, Mr. Chair, not at this time.
Okay, great. Thank you. That brings us to the end of the agenda. Our next meeting date is Wednesday, June 23rd. New applications were to have been submitted by 4 p.m. Tuesday, May 25th, with revisions to be submitted by June 1st. With that, we are adjourned.
This is Katie. I'll just note that that next meeting will be in person back in council chambers. I think you've all received an email at this point, but just to let everyone know and anyone else that might be attending the meeting.
Okay,
Thank
great.
you.
Thank you for that reminder. We'll see everybody in person next month. Thank you. We're adjourned.
Thank you.